Yo, how's it going? So we're at day 5 now of this challenge. There's a 20-day challenge that we're taking place if you're new here. And I'm just going to show you in this lesson, this is all about the areas of attention now. We've obviously gone through how energy works and the importance of like where you direct your energy. Obviously, your attention, where your attention goes, energy flows, right? That's really important for us to distinguish. I've done quite long videos before, but I'm hoping this one could be a lot shorter because it is really straightforward. What this then comes down to now that you've done those 4 lessons, what it really comes down to now is now you have this awareness, the ending of the awareness module, which is this is the last lesson for the awareness module, is integrity, right? Maybe there's many parts of your journey where you feel like you've said so much things that you're going to do and never followed through that you've just lost a lot of um, you've lost a lot of belief in you doing stuff because you just keep like letting yourself down, and other people see that as well, and then obviously other people judge you based on that, and then it reinforces more this pendulum. We've been talking about pendulums, right? But this is now reinforcing it because of your impulsivity. You're saying yes to everything. You're not setting boundaries. So areas of attention in like general example is what I'm showing here. General example would be how you consume, and obviously in the classroom just put in all things that are things that you're learning, and then the contribution is like in the community right now you can contribute by just like I said, like in some of the lessons before, we was talking about how can you give like a 60-second share on something that you learn valuable per day. You can do that in the community, or you can do it on social media. You've got many ways that you can contribute to your communities so that you can do this message resonance. And what message resonance does is it attracts more people that are like you because you're sharing your core values. And then, of course, you're just around more people that align with your core values versus just being around people who are obviously not encouraging you and not really aligned with your values, right? And that's the people that put you down. That's the people that don't believe in what you're up to and think that you're being too ambitious and stuff, right? And then there's obviously relationships. That's really important, having the right people around you and the people that are actually that have empathy and understand you. And then there's your wellness, which is like your mind, body, and your environment. Just really looking after that. And then of course you've got creator, like so for most of you, you are creators. You're people that love to create things, and that's what an ADHD brain is actually for creators. For creation is not for sitting down and doing nothing, being paralyzed. It's for taking action immediately. That's why we're impulsive, right? We're impulsive because we actually want to do stuff. It's just a lot of the time when we ain't got the clarity on what to do, that's where we get paralyzed and that's where we start to stall. But if we knew exactly what we needed to do, we knew actual steps, step by step, this, and we had the right dopamine intake, obviously, in terms of like we're not choosing the quick ones that are going to demotivate us afterwards because of the spike, then we're crushing life, right? And then the last one, obviously, is finances. So we're very impulsive. We'll spend money on a program that is not really suited for our brain, and then we will lose trust on the process as a whole and the goal and the dream. And when it came down to it, it was just that the neurotypical was just selling you a whole bunch of features that you had to go through yourself, and you got extremely overwhelmed, and you've left it to just sit there. And you maybe got 5, 10, 20 courses that you purchased in the last year, and none of them have really been followed through on. So, there's a issue with how we spend money because of how impulsive we are and how influenced we are by ideas. And that's why it was really important for me to do those lessons before, even though they're so long. I just wanted to really drill it into your head that it's energy. At the end of the day, it's all energy, and you're putting it somewhere where you could be putting it towards these areas of attention, right, that you can see on the screen. So typically what I do as well is that there's a desire inbox where if I have an idea for a project, which we'll go into more detail in the next one, because the next one is direction, right? So we're doing awareness now, and then we're going into direction. So this will make more sense to you in direction, how you capture dominoes, how you capture projects, and of course the ADHD GPS, which is the framework for exactly how I direct, how I'm taking on direction, right? And then obviously there's the desire dashboard, which is the view of all the things that you've committed to or said like, yeah, that's a good idea. And then obviously I've mentioned to you about the triple D method. In this situation, it's if you're going to do it, or you're going to delegate it, or you're going to delete it, right? So that's what we're going to be going into next. I'm just giving you an update on that's what's coming up. But this is what we're looking at right now, is really looking at what areas of life, what area, life pillars do you want to have in 2026 just solidified, and putting your attention on it and making sure the pendulum is on point, right? And also looking at the integrity contract. So the assignment is to do an integrity contract based on all these areas that you decide. It might be the ones that are on the screen now, or you might choose different areas for you, right? And whatever those areas of attention that you're going to put on, you need to now create an integrity contract of what you want it to actually look like. So say what the actual situation is now with those areas, and then say what you want those areas to look like. And then that will be your integrity contract. And one of the bonuses that I'm going to give you is an integrity contract GPT, where you could just speak in conversation mode with the GPT and talk about all the areas that you want. And then at the end, it will actually create a contract for you. So that's a way that you can go about it. The link will be in the description of this video, or if you join the community, it'll be there as well. And that's all. Like basically, I can show you a quick example of what my dashboard looks like. So this is what I actually use on my day to day. So you're looking at my actual real life dashboard here. One moment. So I hate when it does that. Yeah, okay. So this is mine, right? So this is my areas of attention right now. You can see here, and then reality transurfing is a big part of what I'm focusing on right now. And then there's the focus flywheel, which is my business model, exactly what I'm doing in my business, and how I'm running this community, and how I'm doing content creation as a whole is all about that. And then of course I've got the inbox zero, so get my inbox to zero, because with my dashboard it's on Notion. There is Notion, there's Notion calendar, and there's Notion mail. So you're able to have your emails inside of this as well. Obviously, that's a more complex topic that obviously is not for this video. But yeah, this is basically what I use every day. This is my system, right? And your homework obviously is to just address those questions, like what are the areas of attention that you want to bring into 2026, and whatever those areas are, write them down, write what the current situation is with those areas, and then write what you want them to look like, and then use the integrity contract GPT to be able to craft a contract for you. You don't have to share it in the post if you don't want to, but you can if you want. You could just share just basically what the areas are. That could be the thing that you do in the post, and that's all that's required, man. Just think about that. And then in the next, we'll obviously talk about direction. So directions, how you're actually going to set goals for each of these areas. Anyway, take care. Peace.